May 27, 2015. Dawn breaks over Zurich. Inside a five-star hotel, powerful men are still asleep in their rooms, men who for decades ran the most popular sport on earth. Then came the knock. Police, federal agents, no sirens, no warning. By sunrise, 7 top football officials are in handcuffs.
Earlier today, Swiss authorities in Zurich arrested 7 of the defendants charged in this indictment, including the current president of CONCACAF.
Led out through a hotel lobby built for luxury, not arrests. These weren't just sports executives. According to U.S. prosecutors, they were part of something much bigger, a criminal network hiding in plain sight for over 20 years. The organization was FIFA, and what investigators found wasn't just a scandal, it was a system built on bribes, secret payments, and silence. An estimated $150 million changed hands illegally over nearly 25 years. This is the story of how the world's most loved game became a cover for one of the biggest corruption cases in sports history. And by the end, you'll understand something most fans never knew. The World Cup you watch every 4 years was, for decades, also something being bought and sold behind closed doors. Football is more than a sport. It's the closest thing the world has to a shared language. 4 billion people follow it. Entire countries stop what they're doing to watch their team play. And one organization controls it all. FIFA decides who hosts the World Cup, a decision worth billions of dollars. That kind of power attracts corruption. When a small group of people control that much money, some of them will be tempted to sell their votes, their loyalty, their silence. This isn't just a story about football. It's a story about what happens when no one is watching the people in charge. And it took American investigators, not football's own leaders, to finally expose it. To understand how this happened, we need to go back, long before the 2015 arrests. FIFA was founded in 1904 to create shared rules for international football. For most of the 1900s, it stayed small, growing quietly alongside the sport. Then, everything changed in 1974 when a man named João Havelange became president. Havelange turned FIFA into a global business. He expanded the World Cup. He brought in big sponsors. Money started pouring in. He also built close relationships with marketing executives, men who understood something simple. TV and sponsorship rights for the World Cup were worth a fortune, and the officials who controlled those rights could be paid off. By 1998, when Sepp Blatter took over as president, this system was already in place. Blatter had worked inside FIFA since 1981. He knew the organization better than almost anyone. Under him, FIFA's income exploded, driven by huge TV deals and sponsorships. But according to U.S. investigators, that growth came with a hidden cost. Regional football groups like CONCACAF, covering North and Central America, and CONMEBOL, covering South America, became centers of bribery. Marketing executives allegedly paid officials millions of dollars in exchange for broadcasting deals, for hosting votes, for favors. Men like Jack Warner, a powerful CONCACAF president, and Chuck Blazer, his right-hand man, built networks of influence stretching across 2 continents. For years, almost nobody was watching them. The turning point didn't come from inside FIFA. It came from an unexpected place. Chuck Blazer, once one of the most powerful men in American soccer, became an FBI informant. Investigators had caught him hiding income and unpaid taxes. To avoid serious charges, he agreed to help. He wore a hidden microphone. He recorded his own colleagues talking about bribes. That evidence, combined with years of tracking suspicious bank transfers, gave U.S. prosecutors what they needed. And because some of that money passed through American banks, the United States had the legal right to charge foreign football officials, even though most of the alleged crimes happened outside the U.S. What happened next became one of the most dramatic moments in sports history. On the morning of May 27, 2015, Swiss police arrested 7 FIFA officials at a hotel in Zurich. It happened right before FIFA's annual meeting. U.S. prosecutors charged 14 people. 9 of them were current or former FIFA officials. The charges: bribery, fraud, and money laundering. More than $150 million over more than 2 decades. Just 2 days later, despite the arrests, Blatter was re-elected as FIFA president. It shocked the football world. But the pressure didn't stop. On June 2, 2015, Blatter announced he would resign. He said he still had support from FIFA's members, but not from the wider world of football. The investigation kept growing. Evidence pointed to bribes connected to World Cup hosting votes, including the bids that gave the 2018 tournament to Russia and the 2022 tournament to Qatar. In September 2015, Swiss prosecutors opened a case against Blatter himself. It centered on a $2 million payment he made in 2011 to Michel Platini, the man expected to be his successor. Investigators said the payment had no clear legal reason behind it. Both men said it was payment for work Platini did years earlier, based on a verbal agreement. In October 2015, FIFA suspended Blatter, Platini, and Secretary General Jérôme Valcke. Their careers at the top of football were over. By December, FIFA's ethics committee banned both Blatter and Platini for 8 years, later reduced to 6. The cost of this scandal was massive. More than 40 people and companies were eventually charged by U.S. prosecutors. Several pleaded guilty. They gave investigators an inside look at how the bribery network really worked. Major sponsors pulled away from FIFA, worried about being linked to the scandal. FIFA's reputation, built over 100 years, fell apart almost overnight. In February 2016, Gianni Infantino became the new FIFA president. He promised reform, term limits, transparency, new oversight rules. FIFA changed its leadership structure. It added independent auditors. It tried to prove this could never happen again, but the damage was already done. In 2022, a Swiss court acquitted both Blatter and Platini of the criminal charges against them. Even though FIFA's own bans on them stayed in place, it was a reminder that being investigated and being convicted aren't always the same thing. Some officials went to prison, others walked away, their reputations damaged but free. The fans were left with something harder to measure, a permanent question mark over the sport's biggest moments. So what does this story really teach us? It's not just that powerful people can be corrupt. We already knew that. It's that even the things we love most, the things tied to childhood memories and national pride, can be quietly taken advantage of by the people we trust to protect them. For over 20 years, a small group of men controlled a sport followed by billions, and almost no one outside their circle knew how decisions were really being made. It took a tax investigation, a hidden microphone, a foreign justice system on another continent to finally bring it into the light. Next time you watch a World Cup opening ceremony, the flags, the fireworks, the stadium that cost billions to build, it's worth asking one simple question. Who really decided that country would host it? And why?